I'm on the Jarvis Landry bandwagon, man. I think he's been in this segment for 3 straight weeks now. Why? He's producing 14-plus fantasy points in 4 straight games. The last time he played the Steelers, 14.3 fantasy points, and only the Buccaneers have allowed more fantasy points to the slot this season. So Landry's a good play. And Devante Parker, like, this guy is legit consistently good every single week. Double-digit fantasy points in 8 straight games. He's playing the Eagles this week. They've allowed 9 touchdowns and the 3rd most fantasy points to home wide receivers. So Parker is a very nice play. My sleeper, DK Metcalf. He had a stinker last week. Probably should have had a touchdown in that game against Philadelphia, but he's got a great matchup against the Vikings. They've allowed 12 touchdowns and the most fantasy points to receivers who are lined out wide. That's where Metcalf runs most of his routes. So on Monday night, DK should have a little feast of his own.
Okay, Fabs. Not everyone gets to play.
Yeah.
Not everyone gets to play. Who are you sitting?
You remember how hot Emmanuel Sanders was when he started off in his tenure with the Niners? So much for that. Over his last 3 games, 13.2 fantasy points. Not the average. That's combined. And he's got the Ravens this week, road game. I am fading Emmanuel Sanders. I like Deebo Samuels more this week than Sanders. And speaking of the Ravens, I might get a little flack about this on Twitter, but I'm benching Hollywood Brown. Why? Well, I get it. He's coming off the huge game, but the Niners have given up just 10.5 catches and the 6th fewest fantasy points to wide receivers. This is a bad matchup for Brown, who to me is a little bit touchdown dependent, and I don't see him getting into the end zone this weekend.